integrate local industries to the export industries, to the logistics industries in Clark, to the tourism industries in Clark. So Margo has a very challenging task ahead of her because Clark cannot be the Clark that we envision if we do not do this. There has to be some intervention, and I think I need to enjoin and exhort BCDA as well as CDC and Clark International Airport Corporation to really seriously look into intervention mechanisms to spread the development and the benefits of investments in Clark to the surrounding communities in Pampanga and in Tarlac, because BCDA is developing a new frontier of development called New Clark City. New Clark City is envisioned to be a sustainable, socially inclusive, smart, and green metropolis. We're not yet there. This New Clark City covers 9,450 hectares of developable land. Okay. The vision is not Metro Manila. The vision is not BGC. The vision is not Macau. The vision of New Clark City is way more than what the Filipino citizen can envision, because New Clark City is about sustainability. New Clark City is about social inclusiveness. New Clark City is about mobility. New Clark City is about connectivity, physical connectivity, as well as info connectivity. So, again, we are facing hard times ahead. I think everybody knows that. And Margo should be looking at PPP modes, PPP structures, new structures, thinking outside of the box, including the box, because we need to depend on businesses, we need to depend on private investment, foreign and local, welcome, because we cannot depend anymore on the budget. Well, New Clark City is very fortunate that BCDA has tapped national government budget to develop our roads. But then resources are now limited, and so therefore we need new structures, new deals, out-of-the-box transactions. So, SGB should look at and make its advocacy to look at the PPP bill, which is pending in the House of Representatives. PPP should be a streamlined process. It should not introduce more layers of approval, of review. One review, one approval, enough. But if it goes through that bureaucratic layer upon layer of approvals, I don't think PPP will take off in this administration. Last but not least, okay, there is a pending rich bill. Okay, this is a bill which has been introduced before, was passed by both houses of Congress, but was vetoed. This rich bill is really designed to develop not just Clark and Subic, but also the 13 municipalities and the cities and the 3 provinces which are affected and impacted by Clark and Subic development. Help us pass and improve and finalize that rich bill, because it will make us all rich. So with that, thank you very much to SGB. Thank you to our ambassadors, our representatives of foreign governments. We expect you to be looking at Clark as an investment destination. It's the next growth area in the Philippines. Sorry to say about Metro Manila and BGC. But we expect you to have your homes here, to have your manufacturing plants here, to have your businesses here, because Clark works. It's a seamless development by BCDA, by CDC, and by Clark International Airport Corporation. Thank you for your time and your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Rosa, for sharing a lot of positive news as well as challenges. I'm sure the SGV partners are now inspired to work on all those suggestions you made. And now at this point, I'd like to call former Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Delia Albert, to acknowledge the presence of our guests from the Diplomatic Corps.
I discovered that I have a muffled voice, so with your permission, I quit. I must. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here, and as I was listening to the speakers before me, I have to admit I learned so much. Perhaps this was the message of Washington Sisig when he invited me to join SGV. Today I must say that there are two persons who brought me to Clark, Wash Sisig and Agnes de Venadero. I am delighted that they're here, and it's my challenge from Mr. Sisig was to help create jobs in the country after being a diplomat for 44 years in the Philippine Foreign Service and serving the country in countries overseas. This is interest and investments. I'll introduce guests. While we could not invite everybody, we decided we should invite our closest neighbors. One from a country which is 2 hours away from Xiamen, and the other is how many hours from Taipei? 1 hour, okay. So 1 hour from Taipei, so may we acknowledge the 1 hour flight from Taipei. And from the 2 hour flight from Xiamen. But a very important guest, I think, is someone who was in Clark for 88 years. Can you guess which country?
America.
88 years. He wasn't here 88. Anyway, from 1903, when Major Clark came to establish the American presence in the Pacific, he came to Clark. In 1991, I was part of a team that took it away from you and returned it to us. Here we are, putting in a new face to this terrific area, and with so much promise. Paul Taylor of the American Embassy, who's a commercial counselor, and who will help Margot with all the assignments she received from BCDA. But you can be sure that we are with you. And Agnes, I promise I'll visit you over and over again. Thank you so much. And we hope that our representatives from the Department of Foreign Affairs, where are you? It's very shy. He is in charge of economic diplomacy, which I used to handle. And I think that this is time for the Department of Foreign Affairs to really be serious with economic diplomacy and focus on Clark and Subic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Albert, and thank you to our guests from the Diplomatic Corps and from the DFA. At this point, we'll have another short video. It's a message from the Ambassador to South Korea, of the Philippines to South Korea. She couldn't be here, but she had a message for all of you.
Mabuhay and good day to all. This is Philippine Ambassador to the Republic of Korea, Teresa Dizon de Vega, Annyeonghaseyo from Seoul. On behalf of the Philippines, I congratulate the entire SGV team, particularly the SGV Clark team, on the launch of Doing Business in Clark 2023 edition. For us in the Philippine Diplomatic Service, the SGV's long-running series on doing business in the Philippines remains an indispensable and useful tool in providing relevant, timely, accessible, and clear information on business and investment opportunities, incentives, procedures, and benefits of doing business in the Philippines. This new edition on Clark will be especially welcome in Korea, as Clark is one of the preferred business and investment destinations of many top Korean companies. That our Korean friends likewise have the opportunity to enjoy the unique lifestyle, leisure, and sporting facilities in Clark adds to the area's continued attractiveness. Again, our congratulations to the SGV team for another milestone, and to our partners in the government sector, be assured of the Embassy's continued active support in promoting Clark. Thank you. Kamsahamnida. Maraming salamat.
Ambassador De Vega. And now we have reached the so-called main event, the actual launch of the publication Doing Business in Clark. May I call back our Chairman and Managing Partner, Wilson Tan, as well as SGV partners of Clark. We have Attorney Margot Advincula, we have Pep Sabat and Leo Leaño, and also could you join us, VCR, our Deputy Managing Partner and Vice Chairman Vivian Luis, as well as our representatives from BCDA, CDC, and CIAC. They will give the first copies of the Doing Business brochure, a ceremonial turnover from SGV to our the offices here in Clark, who will be receiving copies as well, so that they could distribute it to potential investors. So may I call on Engineer Cunanan, Attorney Devadera, and Visosa to please join them for the official turnover of the first copies of Doing Business in Clark. Remove your mask for just the photograph. Please remain there. We'll have other group photos. May we now request the members of the Diplomatic Corps to please join the group here for a photo, a souvenir photo. Our friends from 1 hour away, 2 hours away, and the one who stayed here for 88 years. And Ambassador Albert, please. Yes, please. Okay. And please present them with copies of Doing Business. Leo, do you have copies, extra copies? To give them copies of the Doing Business so they can hold it.
Kasha ba lahat? Compress. Yes.